guys! Welcome to Ski Warehouse live broadcast on this lovely Friday afternoon. So great to have you with me. Well, today I'm going to have a cooking show. No fires required for today. And if you have watched yesterday, I was making a sandwich at my friend's house. And I actually have some leftovers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, you can actually, with this ingredients and JM Green's chopping board, you can make up to 4 dishes at once. So what I'm going to do, because this is perfect for preparation and chopping ingredients, what you can do with the ingredients that you're seeing right here, of course, these are for usually sandwich, but you can also make nachos, or is it nacho? Nacho dipping sauce with this leftover chopped vegetables, and you can make omelets, of course, with this chopped, onions, tomatoes, cheese, and ham. If you have chopped already, then they're already into smaller pieces. So you can mix it with the egg yolk and make it into an omelet. And what you can also do is on the next day, you can pour in a spaghetti sauce and make it into a spaghetti. I know a lot of you are probably going outside for dining, right? But nothing beats homemade food. And the reason we like to dine in out is because it needs time to preparation, and we have to do like washing dishes. After all, only enjoyable time is while we are eating. But if you have JM Green's chopping board, your preparation will be more enjoyable, and there will be lesser work than you did with your chopping board that you might have. As you can see, this is very light, about 690 grams. So dishwasher possible, yet while you're cooking, you can also just wash it really easily with a sponge. And on the back, there's a silicone feet, 4 feet, so that while you're cooking, it shouldn't move, right? Because this chopping board is actually perfect for cutting them into smaller pieces, which I will show you shortly. So it should stay still, right? An amazing factor about this JM Green's chopping board is because of these 2 chutes. These separate chutes will, while you're cutting, you can move your chopped ingredients directly from your chopping board. There's a holder, right? You see in the center? So there's a holder. You can just hold it right here. So while you're chopping, you can just remove all the chopped ingredients to each side so that you don't have to take out each plate while you're cooking. No extra dishes are needed. And this was actually designed for a kimchi. Kimchi has a lot of juice in it. So what it does is it contains a lot of juice of kimchi, or even a fruit. I have a melon right here, but right there. When you're cutting a melon, watermelon, pineapples, a lot of juices comes out. They're really sweet. Fruity juice are sweet, but if you drip it off on the floor, then that can cause some pain in the butt, right? Because you have to wipe it out. But with double safe JM Green's chopping board, whatever happens in chopping board stays in chopping board. So let's get started with this. A lot of dishes to cook. I'm so excited. Not necessarily like cooking. So just to tell you the deal, that what you're getting is you're getting this main chopping board that I've been talking about, perfect for preparation. So if you're the type of person who likes Western parts of the food, or finger food, or that requires a lot of preparation, but you are so tired that you didn't want to do it, then this is perfect. And if you have a kids at home, I know you have to cut them into little pieces, so this can be a perfect item for you too. And along with that, you're getting another set of chopping board. This is also convenient for you because it can contain, after you cook, you can even use it together. Cook, you can gather and pour in, because they move like really stably. That's what you can do, so that you can pour into your pots or pans directly. Same as these shoes too. And along with that, my special gift is the freezer containers. 5 freezer containers in a different sizes. We have freezer containers that are probably made with glass or silicone. But we want to use something. I'm sure you have never seen like this before. They're divided into 15 different sections. Yeah, all the square. So you can put anything that you'd like milk or yogurt, leftover food, chopped onions, green onions. Here in Korea, we put a lot of garlic in here. It was a big hit here. If you have the regular ice cube, you know how you have to like twist them, that hurts your wrist. But with this, what you do is you push in the back and then it just pops up so easily. Again. Let me try once again. So you on the back, you just push and it pops up. Don't need to twist just like the other. It just pops up. It just doesn't show well. But it pops up so easily. So each time you need to cook or dessert to make cafe latte with frozen milk, this can be your perfect item. We put garlic in Korea, but depends on your needs and cooking style, you can choose. So 15 sectors divided into 15 sectors, and these are divided into 3 sectors. I had a leftover ice cream, but ice cream bulk, the box itself, let's say this was the regular size of ice cream. If you're down with like 1/3 left with the ice cream, but if you have just put it in the freezer, it takes so much space, right? And it's there forever. And you don't even want to eat it actually, right? If there are only half left. Because all those things will be blended and well absorbed into our ice cream. That's not what we want. But since it has a cover, it's well sealed, it prevents the odor of the leftover freezer frozen food. That's first of all. And it's packed, so you can take it out whenever you want by pushing it on the back, of course. So you can make affogato with ice cream, anything that you'd like. And this one that I use for my freezer containers as the dessert part, but you can put chopped onions or chopped green onions, or let's say you have just a very bit of spaghetti sauce, then you can just pour in. Because leftover spaghettis in the bottle can be pain in the butt. If you just put it in the refrigerator, they go bad within like 5 days, right? So we want to freeze them, but we can't really put the whole glass bottle into freezer. It takes so much space and it can be pretty dangerous, weaponish. This is not for a freezer, right? So you can just pour in the leftover spaghetti sauce or anything and then just freeze them and eat it next time. For me, it's a dessert section, so they're divided into 3. The orders are a little bit confusing because I'm like holding it into what I have here. These are divided into 2. That's the leftover bulgogi that I had the other day, and that's the frozen shrimp that I will want to make with the fried rice. I had a bulgogi leftovers, and we need to freeze them because if we just put it in the refrigerator, it goes bad, right? So what I did was I chopped leftover onions as well as the green onions, and I put bulgogi in here. It was perfect size for that. If I had lesser than this, I probably have put it in my 3 storage sections, but that was good enough. So I put it in the leftover meat and leftover shrimp, just froze them. And next time when I need to cook it, I get some rice. I mean, if I had more, I would probably have put it here. I'll mix with my frozen rice and fried shrimp, and then just mix it in my pan. That's how easy it is. What we do is we usually pile up all those stuff at the refrigerator. It takes so much space. And if you look at it, you just don't want to eat them. We just think of it as just trash. We're just keeping them longer in the freezer. So that's a waste of money, right, for us. But we can now, if you can look at the well-organized freezer, that's kind of appetizing too. And you feel so happy about it, just pleased about it by looking at it. So this is what it happens. Just leftover food can be well organized. Just put it in this freezer, specially made for freezer storage containers. right? In a different sizes. They're, it's so nice that we are giving you in a very different, diverse sizes, right? And these are divided into 6. Blueberries for smoothies or frozen fruit, anything to make a yogurt, you mix it, right? This is a persimmon. Well, in Korea, we freeze the persimmon to have it like an ice cream as a dessert. So that's what I did. I didn't want to throw away the leftover persimmon before they gone too bad. So I just froze them. That's what we do. We just freeze all of them. But eventually I will have that. Instead of freezing persimmons looking like that and just put it in the freezer, that's looking a lot better, guys, right? So whenever I feel like eating, I just pop it out and have it for myself. They come out so easily. They were big hit here in Korea. They were really popular. They sell like over thousands of sets in home shopping channel, right? So that's why I chose this product. It should be helpful for your kitchen life. So all these freezers, it will make your kitchen life a lot more easier and more convenient, saving the cost. I know most of you, many of us, dining it out, but nothing beats a homemade food, and it can be quite costly. But if you can take well care of your frozen food, your food that the leftover, right? It's for our families, for us. So it's cool. It's not bad or anything, right? We just freeze them and then we can eat them whenever we feel like it. And if you see your refrigerator piling up, just very well organized, then you feel very proud of yourself. And you can see what's inside by the topper, because the topper is clear. So instead of piling all up here like this, now we can well organize our leftover food or food that we want to freeze in the freezer. There you go. That's what we can do. So I am actually giving you one more of this whole set, right? Whole set. What we are going to do with this whole set is I'm going to put spaghetti sauce, the leftover spaghetti sauce, and mixed vegetables to show you how you can make the most of this one-sized containers later on. So on that note, let's get started with our cooking. So you're getting all these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freezer containers, as well as these 2 chopping board. There's 5 freezer containers and 2 chopping boards. One is this one and the other one is the chopping board. So let me show you about the chopping board first. Isn't freezer containers pretty cool, right? On the different sizes. You probably have seen like the glass ones, but they're not likely to divide it into different sections. They're very light to carry around. Yeah, 2. And because they're not glass, I mean, glasses can be pretty heavy too, right? On the freezer. But they're divided into different sections of 6, 2, 3, and 15. And 1 whole box. I had a fried rice, but I had it for breakfast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you with the leftover vegetables, chopped vegetables, I pour in, let's say I have just leftover spaghetti sauce, and I just pour in, then I could have it for the next time, right? So perfect. You can put fried rice, or a stew, leftover stew, we want to freeze them, right? Or diet meal that you want to put, or just fish, poultry, meat, anything is fine. Dessert, or if you have a baby, you gotta chop it out, all the ingredients for your kids, then chop it each time. If you do the preparations, it takes so much time. So yeah, you can well organize your freezer with that, and each time you need a great time of preparations for cooking. But if you just have one day of chopping all it up, you can make really just having an onions. I'm not a good cook. You can have an onions, tomatoes, cheese, ham, and then you can make up to 4 dishes at home. That way you can save the cost. Okay, hopefully they don't melt it out under my light. But let me have ices are surrounded by. Okay, let's have a cooking time. This one is for the one ladies who hates the fact that it leaves the scars behind, knife scars. The special material called TPU. So if you hate the fact that cutting board or chopping board leaves the knife scars behind, then I will give you this one. So give it a shot of that one as well. Let's get started. Enough of talking. All right. So I'm gonna cook 3 dishes at all once. First of all, let me chop onions. Okay. Onions for most of the food, for all the food, right? Oof. And then that's just how you do. Pour into a different section. Yeah. Just cut them because onions are needed for pretty much all and each ingredients of food. But what we do is it can be because we want to well store the onions and use it whenever we need it. So you can just, if you tend to eat a lot of onions, guys, you can just freeze the onions in here and just take it out whenever you need them. I am sending you both of it so that you can enjoy the synergy effect for both, right? Onions. So one day if you have plenty of onion, and they go bad too, right? If you keep it outside. Okay, have to be careful. My juice grabber will just catch all this food, all this chopped ingredients inside of the chopping board. You chop it, oh, not that one. Chop it into little pieces and just only have into this section at all once. Oh, they might be too big. And then I take out my separate chew, and where should I put this ingredients? I have chopped onion. Let's say I'll just pour in here. Right? But if I didn't have this separate chew, this probably what it happened. I'll have to move, after I chop it, I have to move it into my different plates or pots. Yep. So I have to touch the onions like several more times to make sure I collect them well. In here. Right? So several times. But rather, if I have this J.M. Green's chopping board, which was selected as Brand K Korean products, Brand K means the Korean government's guarantees for its fine quality. If I have this chew, what I can do is I just take it out, all that together, and just pour it in the pots or pan. Then it's good to go. Alright. So I have my onions ready. I should probably have chopped a little bit, sliced a little bit more. And these are the trash. So I just throw it away. I just throw it away. While if I had to, let's say, just throw this away. Let's say if I had to move it into a pots or pans directly from this chopping board, I probably should have could have dropped a couple of onions in here. Then my floor or my table could smell like onion, right? But if I use J.M. Green's chopping board, just to show you, I just move it into one chew and then just pour in carefully, and then it's all done. It's good to go, right? So that way saves my time. And let's say I chopped it and these are the leftover onions that I don't need to use. Then what I could do is I can just pour in into this my freezer container and store the onions, and then each time I need it for soups, stews, then I can just take it out and have them. So easy and convenient, they make synergy effect by using it together. Okay, just hungry talking about the onions, just for onions, weird. Okay, so my onions are ready. What should I cook now? Okay guys, so I just want to show you this. If you're not a careful chef like me, then I probably would have dropped all these onions on the floor. I still have dropped like a couple, but this would probably all have popped out from the chopping board. But thankfully I have this deep juice grabber that contains they're deep enough too. They're not like light ones just to make you stylish, but rather they're like really deep. It will hold even tomatoes, potatoes, anything that's chopped, onions. Anything that's chopped. So that way we don't have to wipe it out like 4 more times, but rather it contains all this leftover in it. It prevents to pop it out from your chopping board. Next, let's move on to, my eyes are soaring. Next, let me move on to, what should I move on to? Lettuce. Okay. Or you can make even a salad with this too. You can make any dishes that you can think of. I'm gonna make a sandwich, so I'm going to leave this big portion on a separate plates. And let me show you how I can chop this into little pieces. That's a lot of... Oh no. Yeah, you guys can have it as the salad. Make the most of the onions, garlic, tomatoes, because you're preparing for the dishes anyway. So might as well just enjoy all the preparations and store them all at once and just pour into pots or pans, right? Instead of having to just pour in all here on the plate. Instead of having to pour in move using your hands again. Instead of moving your hands again, if we have the chopping board, this convenient, easy, simple chopping board, just take it out the chew, or you can just have it as your place too. Just leave it like this. Then it's good to go. I'm not a careful cooker, not a careful chief, but it prevents to stay in the chopping board rather than just popping it out everywhere. So if you are the type of person who hates cooking, who don't like cooking, because it takes so much time, it's better off as just buying the food from the restaurant. But nothing beats a homemade food. And plus, there's really not much to take care of after the usage. So I think that's the great fact too. Now let's move on to tomatoes. For sandwich or anything, nachos, because onions and these ingredients were perfect to prepare for egg omelets, spaghetti, nacho salsa sauce, as well as a sandwich or even fried rice. Yeah, I'm going to keep them as a sandwich. So let me just move this on the top here. Just jump in. Or you can have it as a salad. Really, these ingredients, what I have here today is amazing. You know how you see the tomato juice? If you're cutting a melon or watermelon, I'm sure it was even worse of this great fruity water coming out. I think this is the other way around. It should be that way. about it, it's just cutting these into pieces makes my mouth whirly. Okay, what I can do is let me just throw this parts away, and then I can do this to move all that here into this pot, because later I'm gonna make a nacho chips. So I'll pour in some of the tomatoes in here. Oh, that's a lot of tomatoes, so big. And the rest in here. You can have them as a salad, or you can have them as stew. You could, or spaghetti. Have you guys put spaghetti sauce with the tomato? This is so good. You guys should all try. I'm sure your cutting skills are a lot better than mine. I'm not good at chopping. Maybe we should use this as a spaghetti. These are big dice. So what I'm going to do, let's say, this is my little fruit section. Let me take out these blueberries. Oh, they start to melt already. So let me take these blueberries out. And let's pretend that I have a clean spot. And let's say I was cutting tomatoes, a big chunk. If I have this, I just put on these tomatoes in my container here, and I freeze them for my later use. If they're close to expiration date, or tomatoes are great. I can put it for again, spaghetti or a soup. Not good for salad though, right? Because we don't want like frozen tomato for salad. But other than that, make well most of it. And with all these very well chopped tomatoes, just collect them. Thank goodness I don't have to touch all this tomato juice. Just rather move it to all one side and just pour into my salsa. It's gonna be, and it's good to go for that one. And let's see, what I want to do is now, I have tomatoes. Now I want to cut a ham. Also a ham too. Just for sandwich, so I'm gonna put two. But let's say if you have to chop it. Oh, just looking at it makes my mouth whirly. Just chop it. Oh, hams are the easiest. We can make omelets with this, or you can make salad, of course. Omelet, salad with a ham, or sandwich, but we don't slice the sandwiches. Anything, or fried rice. Collect them all in the separate chew. Aren't they looking so stylish by itself, right? And dump in on your plates to pile up. Or what I'm going to do is, so just jump in your salad bowl. Or if you have chopped this, and if you didn't have this J.M. Green's chopping board, you probably had to touch your hand several more times in order to pour in your pots or pan. My knife is big enough, but I still have to do at least 3 times, going back and forth to make sure I collect all the hands all at once. And let's say if I had J.M. Green's chopping board, this is what I can do. Just collect them all, simply pour in. That way, this might not be like all, but if you think about it, if you are doing this every single day, that will definitely help you to shorten your time. That I can tell you for sure. Do I have more onions here? No. I had chopped onions earlier. Just gonna take it out with the lettuce. I already chopped it earlier, so I'm just gonna take it out from here. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm gonna chop it a little bit more sliced. to my salsa sauce. Tomatoes. Gather it all on my chopping board. Oh, that's a lot. And I'm gonna put it in my pot. 팟이 아니라 이거 뭐냐? Small plates. As my salsa sauce base. So easy for us to eat and make the most of this. I'm just gonna mix all the tomatoes. And if you have all this preparation, just dip the sauce. I should have sliced them a little bit more. Then it's done, right? So with the sandwich or onions, anything, you can make your life so much easier, save the time, right? And let's say cheese don't have to touch the foods. Okay, now hop in and your salad bowl. I don't have an extra. You can take it out and use it as like this one, or you can even use just one chew. Gather all together of your cheese and just pour into your pots or pans. If I didn't have this would probably what would happen with the cheese. I would probably have to do this a couple of times. Smells more like cheesier, onioner for my palms and hands. And for the garlic are pretty tough to cut too. Oh my god, so hungry, man. 배고파. 아우씨, 무서워. I should have cut the garlic very first because I've cut ham, so it's too slippery. Oh, 무서워. Oh, okay. I'll just. Oh. It's dried garlic. Just one. Okay. Garlic, because we can make a spaghetti with this later on. There's supposed to be something. Chop it into little pieces with my garlic. Look at my cooking sheet. Okay, there's the garlic, guys. You can make garlic oil with this, or put it in a spaghetti. You guys should have put like the garlic in a spaghetti. They're so good. Okay, just instead of doing this, I mean, garlics are really difficult to catch it all at once. But whereas, if you have JM green chopping board, but if you don't have this, guys, if you more chopped, more convenient for you. You know how I made like a chunk, but if you really like have to chop it a little bit more, then you will definitely see the advantage of this JM green chopping board. Because look at me, I'm like, more. Collect it and then pour into wherever I want to. And if you are a big fan of garlic like me, we give you a freezer containers to go with it. So I have my shrimp, frozen shrimp, and me with my chopped onions. You can just put a garlic on the chopper and frozen. Because garlic always add extra flavors. Just add onions or garlics up here and just freeze them. Or you can just chop all the garlic if you're a big fan and then pour into just a garlic section. Yeah? Because we are giving you 3 storage sections and these 15. I froze milk and yogurt and coffee, but you can freeze the garlics as well. Okay, so sandwiches are really easy. Oh my goodness, I thought it was a cheese and I was about to bring it to my mouth and then I felt the texture and then realized that it was garlic. Thank goodness I just didn't bring it to my mouth directly. Cutting the edge of your bread. Oh, my chopping skills. You get it out. You can throw it away. Do you guys throw away this crust? I don't, but oh, they taste like garlic. What? Oh, garlics are always. Oh, that's a sour garlic. So let's make one sandwich for now because I'm hungry. Tomatoes. With the lettuce. I thought I chopped all the cheese here. I have leftover cheese. Hi, Shannon. How are you? And just put it on the top. You know what we can do? Oh, this is what we can do. We make one more. Onions. Oh, I chopped all the onions, guys. Oh gosh, that's fine. So one more lettuce then. Okay, so sandwich is done. Sandwiches are always easy. Now this is my big sandwich here. I'm gonna have it, don't worry. What if this is how they sell it at the restaurant? What if they like just press it? I don't know if I would like that. For this one, I would be really careful moving into a different like this. But you know, the great thing about this chew is this chew itself is, I think it's looking pretty stylish. So you can use as your separate dish while you're eating, right? So that's for your kids. Let's say that's for Shannon. I'm gonna dump in this leftover. And let's say this is for Teo if you're still here. This is for Teo. Oh, so that's for you. This is how they can make the most of this too. Okay. So you might be asking, what are we going to do with this? Well, okay. You know how I showed you? I'm sorry. Freezer containers. But I really shouldn't have my lettuce. I'm gonna take out all the lettuce for now. I should have put it in a separate one. Because I don't want to freeze the lettuce and put it in the spaghetti. We would like to prefer, or you can have them as a salad, right? Just put the salad dressing and have it as a salad. You already have like everything chopped so well with the fresh lettuce. And what you can also do is, thank goodness I don't have a company to have a lunch with today. This is all mine. Okay, a lot of taste of my own nails and finger. Okay. You can make, what you can make is egg omelets. Egg omelets too, or fried rice. But at this time, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a salad, spaghetti. So I just pour in. And let's say I have leftover spaghetti sauce from the last night. This is new actually. But if you leave alone and if you have like bigger buckets, we never get to finish. 감사합니다, 명식님. 공유 진짜 고마워요. 멀리서. We never get to finish this whole bottle. If you could, then you're lucky. But most of the time, we couldn't. So what we... Okay, great. So what we do is, we just put them in the freezer, refrigerator. Not freezer, but fridge. But they go bad. What if they opened it? You gotta eat them ASAP, whichever the food is. But it's really difficult to finish it all at once. And on the next day, we won't be able to think about spaghetti for about a week or so, right? So if you just put it in the fridge, they're gonna go bad eventually. So throughout that 1 week, it's taking much of space in the fridge and then just a trash. Well, let's say if I have leftover for the half of the spaghetti sauce with the chopped vegetables and onions and all that, this is what I could do. Let's say I had just half of it. I close it with the freezer containers that I give you as a one set, right? And then I freeze them. And the next time if I want to eat it, all I need to do is boil the water for the noodles and then just put it in the pan and melt them and just mix with the noodles and it's good to go, right? So you just put it in the freezer. Perfect. So easy, so convenient, perfect synergy. So when you're actually doing a homemade cooking at home, chop it everything at once and then you make sandwich or a nacho sauce, salad, and egg omelets, and even a spaghetti. And then leftovers can go to the freezer containers. I mean, freezers, they can store them up to many days and years. A lot better than putting in the fridge. If I had this leftover, half left, if I put it in the freezer, it's a glass and they're not supposed to be the freezer. So we put it in the fridge and they really go bad quickly. Pressure, that the fact that you have to finish it in a few days, but if you want to freeze it and store them in the freezer, perfect. You're getting this chopping board as well as 2 chopping boards actually. 2 chutes. You can use it as a dish so that your kids can enjoy. Like just take it out and eat it. Yeah. It's very light. If kids accidentally drop, don't worry. It's not a glass or a plastic. It won't crack it up, but it's very light for kids to walk around and have it or use it as a dish. Very stylish and sassy color. And let's say we're giving you 1 more chopping board. So if you're a type of person who hates the fact that how the knives makes the scars on the chopping board, then you can give it a shot of this one too. This makes nearly 0 of the knife scars. Okay. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So let's say you chop the garlic. Oh, gotta throw this away. Let's say I want to have one more. Sorry, because after the broadcast, I'm gonna freeze them. So I really want, this is actually for my own good. I'm going to freeze them so that I can have it next week, because I will be at my parents' house. If I didn't freeze them, they probably would have gone bad. So, open the topper. And what I could do is I collect the garlic, gather all my garlics and little chopped dishes, and just pour in onto my freezer containers. Great! Now I have a backup for next week. I don't have to chop the onions and garlics and tomatoes no more again, because they're already all chopped and they're ready to eat, waiting for me to just cook them in a pot. So yeah, throughout the broadcast, I made like 1, 2. If I have salad dressing, like 3 or 4. Very easy. Chopping doesn't take that much time. It makes so much funner. Along with this one side of big freezer containers, this is probably the ones that you have seen it frequently. But along with that, I'm offering this 2 section of freezer containers. My leftover bulgogi, if I had put it in the freeze, that would probably have gone bad in a couple of days. If I had packaged and put it in the zipper or in a Ziploc, that's just piling up. That really takes so many days or times to look for where it is, and you just eventually forget about it, right? If they're all piled up. But rather, they're so well organized, well laid out. It's easy to see what's in my freezer to store them. Here is my ice cream. If I had an ice cream, and let's say ice cream bulk was about this size, if I had like half of it left, it's probably taking up so much space on my freezer. So it has been, actually. So what I did was I took it out. Then I will make affogato later on. We're just taking it out and scoop in, or make a milkshake. Mix it with the blueberries that I have it here. I can take so many ideas, so many recipes, just eventually coming it out. If you get to see what's in there, we can figure it out. That's the amazing factor, guys. I have a freezer. You know, I'm a type of person who gets a lot of delivery food, and I eat outside, but nothing beats homemade food. And once I try to eat it, the thing is, a lot of preparation. And what am I gonna do with the leftovers? Best is just putting in the freezer. But my freezer will be just like looking all like this, piling up with these small weapons that can kill you. This would probably what it all happened. You can store mixed vegetables. For me, I'm a big fan of rice cake, chocolates, and muffins and all that, so that's what I have put it. Think about what you usually store. My mom has like dozens of shrimp and anchovies. She's so much anchovies. She could have divided into these 3 sectors, or in this 6 sector storage, and just taking it out whenever she's making a stew or 된장찌개, 김치찌개, right? But now what she has is she has like zillions of anchovies just hugging each other, dead, frozen, on my freezer. And whenever I open my freezer, the sad thing is, it smells like anchovy. My freezer smells like anchovy now. Divide them well into the sections, and this will well seal. So it's going to be better than keeping your leftover fish or meat, putting in the Ziploc or a plastic bag. Should be a lot better, right? With their toppers with it, and clear to look at it. You can divide into, depends on your needs. Pile it all up. This was divided into 15. This was actually made for Koreans who does a lot of garlic and uses a lot of garlics while cooking. Buy frozen yogurt, milk, when the expiration date gets closer. We don't want to throw it away. Then we can just freeze them and put it in a cafe latte. or mixed with the frozen fruit that we have left. Guys, we pay great amount of money for buying these fresh fruits, vegetables, milk, everything, onions, of course. Um, but the thing is, we gotta finish it within a week, right? After that time passes by, they start to go really bad, and we tend to put it in the freezer. But if you just pile all up on the freezer, they're just gonna be there forever. And once you start to clean them out, taking it out, all the food, then you'll be surprised to see, and I was too, to see what's in there. And if they all pile up in the freezer, they look so bad, right? But if we well lay out, well organize all the food, ingredients, chopped dishes, it's easy to see what's in there also, and it just makes you feel so proud about yourself. That's the feeling that I have gotten so far. You actually get to enjoy cooking. You actually want to feel like cooking a little bit more, and we get to save the money because the leftover spaghetti sauce, we won't throw it away. So I mean, I promise, we have that. Don't we have those routine? Like, so let's say first week we feel like spaghetti, and the next week we feel like having maybe Chinese food, and then week after is more like maybe, let's say, sandwiches or kimchi feels like, and then like a month later you feel like having a spaghetti again, because we have our routine of like our favorite foods, but it's not like we can have exactly the same dish every single day. So that time period comes, and you think about that leftover spaghetti sauce that you threw in away last month, and then we have to get it again. That's the wasting money right there, right? Whereas, if you just freeze them, eventually you think about spaghetti sauce, you know that it's there, and if you feel like having it, just take it out the freezer container and then make a spaghetti. It's all in there. You don't even have to chop. If you have put the spaghetti sauce with the garlic and onions and cheese and all that, you don't even have to chop it. Just take this out, put it in the pot, mix it with a boiled noodle, and it's good to go. It's finish it in a few seconds. So easy and so convenient. Oh really, a perfect synergy effect for using both of it with the freezer and this chopping board at all once. We can make, I mean, I'm sorry, these are the examples that I can think of from my head, but I'm sure if you're an expert, you have more experience of cooking the dishes, I'm sure you have more examples, and you're going to adopt it so well into your cooking styles and lifestyles and eating habits. Also, yeah, think about what your families are mainly having. If you guys dining out, I mean, if you have like bring back home food, the leftover food, you can still freeze them, right, from the restaurants of those leftover food. I mean, there are so many ways that we can make well advantage of these freezers. Besides the prices that I'm offering today is pretty cool, pretty cool. 22.5 US dollars for all these 7 sets. That's not for Koreans. Koreans have to pay more. This chopping board, this great chopping board, just one chopping board itself is 25. But guys, this is like a promotion for overseas customers to see what J&M Green could offer. And when it comes to like kitchen lifestyle, cooking style, not cooking style, making your cooking life a little bit easier, J&M Green knows. I mean, the CEO has over 30 years of experience of being housewife, so she wanted to make it so easy because she's a working lady yet housewife at the same time, so she wanted to make it easy, right? That's why she came up with this chopping board. If you are really good at like preparation of all the food, then you are in a good hand. You might not need this, but if you need a help, if you're not as good at the cooking like myself, Think about what J.M. Green's chopping board could do to you. Just for the viewers who have just joined me, let me show you 5 freezer containers, right? That way we can save money. I mean, if we think about saving money from dining it out, that's quite a lot, guys. And if you hate the fact that, you have to store the leftovers, think of what are we gonna do with the leftovers? There's always like 1 scoop of leftovers. I don't know if that's just the case of my family. There's always leftovers. You think about families, right? And then you think, one, I guess they just put a couple of scoop more extra. If it always leftovers, it's just costly to throw it away. So you just pour in this freezer containers that I give you, and next time you feel like having a spaghetti, or if you feel like you're having a stew or anything, just bring it out and just put it in the pan and have them, right? So what this can do is, just for the viewers who just joined me, and just for your reference, if I did not have this chopping board, I probably would have had all this outside of my chopping board. So I have to wipe it out a little bit even more, right? But whatever happens in Jane Green's chopping board, it stays in here with this big good juice griever that you see, right? It contains all this to prevent pop it out from your chopping board. Let me throw all this away just to show you once again of how you can make well of it. Oh, and there's a pork sprouts too. So if you're cutting in like fruits or a kimchi or smelly fish, we can just throw it away from this pork sprouts. The foods are right in front of me, but I can't have them for now. So sad. Okay. So let's say onions. But we always need the onions. It already starts to go bad. Oh, hello. What is this? 뭐야 이거? I don't know if they're eatable. It smells so weird. They're so sticky. One lady told me the Koreans' onions are pretty big. Is that really? And they're so white. Throw away the skin, maybe. This is a big onion. Perfect for a curry, too. Just chop it. Let's say especially great if you have a kids at home, because you guys want to like hide zucchinis and onions and carrots to make sure your kids don't see it, but you make it into like fried rice and they would get punked, right? So you chop it really nicely. I'm gonna chop it like a real chef. Okay. So you chop it really nicely. Separate you, just throw away. And this is what's gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. Move it to 1, 2. And put it on your plates. Or pots or pan directly without having to, if we didn't have the separate chew, we probably had to of this. But whereas if we have this, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it. Ta-da! That's how easy it is. Can I have one nachos, guys? If that's okay. And just, you know, with just chopped onions, or you guys can make a fried rice with that, or nacho chips. These onions are good. So I chop it, just put it in my nacho sauce. Right? So easy, so convenient, and the deal is really cheap. It's just the shipping cost is the pain in the butt. So yeah, if you guys are purchasing more than 135, just call your friends, call your mom, and gather people around. I'll send you for free, guys. That's over. I mean, one thing that I realized when I was selling a chopping board and talking about chopping board, I know you guys, you girls, ladies, you guys already have your favorite chopping board that you're so used to using them. But try a new kitchen equipment they use on a daily basis. Give it a shot. They're not that costly either. So give it a shot, guys, and see if you like it. Then that's perfect. We're always looking for that one, right? Even for skincare, for anything. We're just looking for that one fine products for each section. Like we are looking for one perfect knife. We're looking for one perfect one perfect I mean, you know what I'm talking about. We are just looking for that one perfect special one that suits me, that fits me so well. That's why when the new items, new products have issued or launched, we are getting them to see, will they fit me better? Will it improve my life? Like meaning like with the quality or shorten the time, make my life a little bit more easier, improve my skin condition, help me to shorten the time of preparation while I'm cooking. That's exactly what's going to happen with this chopping board. So if you have already your favorite chopping board, give it a shot. At first, my mom said, "Oh, that chopping board is big," because she's been a housewife for over 40 years. So when she's chopping, it's no problem. But I asked her to get to use this chopping board and give me a feedback about it, and she's like, now she really likes it. Especially when she kimchi, because it has a kimchi collector. She really likes it. And she said, oh, because everything she chops it here, she just can move like everything here. It gets so quicker. So your preparation time will get so much shorter. Yeah. And then especially when you're cutting an onions or garlics, don't have to do like this several times moving into pots or pans. But rather just go quickly. And for me, I gave you like tomatoes, more onions, because I want to show you into different sections. But if you can put all this stuff together all at once, then you can even shorten even more time while you're cooking. Let's say if you have juicy tomatoes. Oh, I want to show you something special this time. Let's say you're cutting a watermelon. Let's say if you're cutting a watermelon. I mean, it really depends. If you think this chopping board is too big, I like the fact that it's big so that when I'm preparing, I can make this space well, advantage of it. So if you're the type of person, I mean, it's really, I mean, I can't really say the advantages that I think what this chopping board has are the factors that you might not like. So you really gotta give it a shot. You really gotta give it a shot, guys. That's what I want to say. For watermelons, let's say if you have watermelons or pineapples, gather it well and just give it to your kids. Yeah, and then they can just eat it out from here. And all these leftover tomatoes, no worries. I don't throw away after my broadcast. I have spaghetti sauce, and I put spaghetti on my spaghetti sauce container. What I do is, with these leftover tomatoes, I just dump in. And next week, when I want to have the spaghetti, I just take it out from my freezer. These freezer containers will be my gift to you in 5 different sizes. Onions, no problem. More onions are always welcomed. Or you can make it into a salad with the leftover lettuce. So many things that we could do. Just freeze them. Make it. You can store the stews in this one size of a container. Or for this one, I'm giving you that one with bulgogi and my shrimp and onions, so that next time I'm going to make into shrimp fried rice with a bit of soy sauce. This is my bulgogi. If I didn't have this, I probably have put, just showing, you just pop it out from the bag and they come out so easily. Let's say if I didn't have this, oh, they already start to melt. This is probably what I would have done, putting in my freezer, right? And just piling it all up on my freezer. Hopefully nobody opens up my freezer. I'll kill you. That's my confident level. So don't open my freezer. This would probably what would have happened to me if I didn't have these freezer containers. But guys, I will give you this so that you guys put the leftovers in right here. Along with bulgogi, right? Like bulgogi probably would have them sealed with my plastic bag. Now my freezer will smell like shrimp, onion, and bulgogi with the green onions. So whenever I eat shrimp fried rice, it still tastes like bulgogi. When I eat bulgogi, it still feels like shrimp. And wow, mixing it all together. But no, they're divided well, and you have a well-sealed topper, clear topper, so that you can see what's inside, and it makes you feel so proud about yourself. That I can tell you for sure. So proud, because they're so well organized. You feel like you're the master. I'm sure you're already the master of cooking, but really, it gives you confidence. And the unique thing is that they're really into different styles, different storage styles. Usually what you probably have some maybe one of glass storage for the freezer, but they have this into 3. They're a bit melted, so I'm not gonna open it. This is an ice cream. Let's say if I had an ice cream here left over 1/3 of ice cream, it would probably have packed, taking my space on my freezer, but I took it out to have avocado with espresso, or with a milkshake with the frozen strawberry. And you know how when they start to get melt, they just smell like strawberry with this drooling from this plastic bag. I mean that's my mom's style and my style, because I learned from her. That's also I think a point. If you are well organized with your cooking style, your preparation time, I think that will give you a great inspiration for your daughters too. Just between you and me. Muffins and rice cake on the top, but you guys can put let's say if you have this leftover cheese, sauce, then you can just put it in here. And with the mixed vegetables for your fried rice, then you can keep it in here. So each time you need to take it out, don't take out all this stuff. Just take it out, put it in the pot, good to go. Right? Don't need to go through all this preparation process once again. They're into different sections. That's the part that I like the most about it. These divide into 2, 3, 1 whole, or the 6. I froze my tomato here. So next time when I make spaghetti, I can add a little bit more, or fried rice, stew, anything, really. These are divided into 15 different. This was actually made for us in Korea for a garlic. Because you know, each time, my mom, because we eat a lot of garlic. If you ever tried Korean food, everything's like garlic. That's why I think that adds extra flavor into a food. But she blended all the garlic. And what she did was, she just made it into, put it in the plastic bag. And she has a huge, giant section of anchovy and garlic. And this stuff, so my freezer seriously smells like something that you've never smelled before. That I can tell you for sure. Smells nothing like what you have smelled before. Okay. Onions. Onions are so sour. This is a very fresh onion. I made a sandwich earlier, but I told you guys this is very stylish. That you can, well, just for the decoration. You can just give it to your kids like this, as a separate plate. Right, so that kids can, oh, thanks, Mom! And then have a snack. There's my missing tomato. Okay. They can just eat it out from here. What you do is you can simply move all the dishes in a one shoe and they can have them. This will be given as well. So let's say we're cutting an onions on this chopping board. And what you could do with this chopping board is, let me find my spaghetti sauce. Freezer container. Take it out and pour in, just like this. Good to go. So total, you're getting 7 pieces. 7 pieces. Oh, I don't have to chop all the ingredients next time I have my spaghetti. I just need to boil my water and melt this into the pot. So great! Oh, save my time and my energy. 5 separate freezer containers, and you'll be also getting this TPU chopping board, which hardly makes no scarves on the chopping board. So cut it and then just pour it into a pots and pans directly. You can do that, right? And there is also this amazing chopping board. It's a 4-in-1 very convenient chopping board with 2 separate chews for you. $22.5 US for the 7 pieces. Amazing deal. This is really a great deal. Even Koreans we cannot get that. 25 is just for the cost of this chopping board. But this is a special promotion for viewers in overseas and viewers for GNSK Warehouse. So we are very happy to have it. I feel very happy to have you guys watching me just doing this cooking show. Such a sad cooking show, me just chopping so bad. So you guys are very loyal to me. And GNSK Warehouse is the page that introduces some of the finest Korean products to all of you. So if you already have your favorite chopping board, that's great. But there's more products keep coming up from Korea. And I directly talk to CEO so that what you guys are getting, I get exclusive deal for GNSK Warehouse customers, as well as you guys are actually getting it from the headquarters. They don't mess with the products. I won't let it happen, guys. If you actually buy from online, you do know these sellers, right? But can you really, and just the thing is that you know the sellers, right? That's me. You can blame me if you don't like the product because you will never come back and get another products out there. You can always blame me for that. But what I do is I always look for a good quality of products, and this JM Green's chopping board and freezer storage container was actually proven as brand K product, meaning the Korean government guarantees for its excellent quality. And my job is talking to CEO to get an exclusive amazing deal at a very reasonable price, because my overseas viewers have to pay for a shipping cost. So I want to get it in a very, very decent, a very great deal. So that's what I have been doing and what I'm going to do. So if there is a certain products that if you like that comes out, then you can always come and get it from me. So check me out here and there, now and then. That's what I was gonna say. And this will really I'm trying to find a products that will make your life a little bit better. That's what I want to do, and I'm also looking for good products to improve the quality of my life in each and every different section, when I'm cooking, for my beauty, or for my health, or anything in a reasonable price. So I'm here to help you with that. So let's continuously work together, and I'd like to ask for your great support. Thank you very, very much. I had a very enjoyable time with all of you. You can make so much fun food, and it will save your time. Really, it will save your butt of your preparation time and the cooking too. Meanwhile, let me connect to my live broadcast friend. Let me see. Hold on a second, guys. I wanna try this. 보조해야지 하는 어디 시청자를? Oh, I guess I can't do it. 혹시 Teo, if you're watching this, can you do a request? 이게 옛날 된데 이제 안 되네. Okay, thank you, Shannon, for saying so. I'm always trying here. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed all this cooking show that I have with you with JM Green's products. Their products are really great. So I hope you guys can enjoy it, really. I wish I can, I wish if you guys are in Korea, you don't have to pay for shipping and handling. So send me a message, guys. You're just paying for without the cost of the shipping and handling. But if you're also, if you have a friend who's visiting Korea, that's great too. But I'm also selling a red ginseng, so you guys can get it together if you want for your health, to boost up your immune system and all. Thank you, and I'll see you guys soon again. Have a wonderful rest of the Friday and the weekend, guys. Thank you very, very much. Lifestyle, your kitchen life helper is here with JM Green. And good day. Thank you.